Hey, what's going on, everybody? First off, welcome. Thanks for coming in, and I am thrilled to have you here. But obviously, what you are here for is to learn how to learn Python. The base or the first thing that I would advise anyone getting started in any language to do is, or pretty much what you could do is start by going to two different places, and one of them I'll bring up now. The first place that you can go would be, obviously, you need to start by downloading the language. So you can go to python.org and download the Python language. At the time of this recording, the latest release is Python 3.82. So if you were getting started on Windows, that would give you the download link for Windows specifically. But go ahead and hit that little button here. That will start a download for you, and that will get you started on installing the language itself. Another place that you could go would be in Anaconda, which is anaconda.org. In my opinion, I would say that Anaconda is going to give you a more robust start, but it is a little bit on the higher end for things that you would probably need to get started. But more or less what you could do here is head on into, and let me remember where that actually is. Download. So it'll give you three different installs for the three popular operating systems. And you'll get, for me, if I was doing this for the first time, I would go ahead and download this 64-bit graphical installer and go through the steps to actually install Anaconda. As you can see, that install takes a little bit longer. So as in the difference between the actual Python program that came directly from the Python organization is a little bit different because it's literally just Python itself. Anaconda is going to give you more packages and more features and stuff like that getting started you may or may not need, but down the line it's always good to have it. So in my opinion, I would go with the Anaconda install Anaconda. It's going to take a little bit of time to install, and then once you have Anaconda started, so I'll just go ahead and start this Anaconda install really quick. Let's see that. Oops, that'll be over here. So it'll give you this little guy right here. You just go through that. I agree. Just me, which is the recommended. Next, and then for me, it's going to give me this warning because I already have it installed. But for you, the next step that you will see would be the install of Anaconda at the level of your computer, or wherever you wanted that to be placed in. If you keep the default, it will go inside of users on a Windows machine, then your username, and then Anaconda 3. So that said, if you go ahead and install that, it should also, I'm not sure if they've changed this at the time of this recording, but it should also allow you the ability to install that to your path, or it should be like a little check mark down at the bottom here. You want to keep that on because if not, it could mess some stuff up. But if that doesn't work specifically and you've installed it and you try and use it inside of your terminal, or wherever you decide to run your programs, there's a way to get around that, and I'll show you that in a second as well. So let's say you've now installed Python using Anaconda, and I will quit this out really quick. So yes, I will. And let's also now do a quick getting started with Anaconda, or with Python specifically. So let's open up, before I do that, let me actually do this. So you'll also, the last thing that you'll need in the checklist would be a text editor. So you could use Notepad, or you could use Notepad++. Recommended though would be a higher end, albeit free, but a little bit more higher end and more feature rich text editor. And my favorite of all would be Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code will give you everything that you would need for writing code and making projects and stuff like that. So go ahead and download for your operating system. In this case, I'm using Windows. If you were on a Mac, it would say download for Mac. Linux is a little bit different. So download for Linux would be slightly different, but they'll also give you a way to do that if you click this little drop down button over here, and then give you 2 ways to actually install that. So you'll want to follow those instructions specifically to your operating system. I already have it open, or I already have it downloaded, so I'm just going to open mine in a new project specifically. So let me create a new project really quick. So in my project area, and new, and I'll say getting started with Python. Cool. And then here, this is what I'm going to open inside of Visual Studio Code. So to open that in Visual Studio Code, I'm going to go to my installed version of this. If you, let me close out of all of what I had open. Close folder. There we go. Yours should open like this, which will be the starting point for pretty much everybody. And if you aren't able to see this, or if you're still kind of stuck on how to actually open Visual Studio Code, you can always head on down to the start menu and do a quick search for it. So Visual Studio Code, that will then open this up for you. So in either case, you can either, if you've downloaded and put it at the system tray in Windows, you can open it from down here, or you can open it from the start menu and just typing in Visual. It'll start to fill in that blank for you and give you a suggestion on the best match, which would be Visual Studio Code. Obviously, this is what we want. So, and then from here, we'll just go and open a new folder. So I'll go inside Documents for me, and then I am in, where is that? Projects, there it is. Projects, getting started with Python, select folder. From here, what we'll do is just create a simple Python file. In this case, I'll call this hello.py. And to officially get started, for most situations, what you'll want to do will be creating what's known as a variable inside of Python. So let's say I have a name variable, which will equal my name. So I'll say Joel Carter. And then I want to print my name. So I'll say print. That will then start everything or get me started. And I need to install this, but I'll command prompt in the actual window. That would be a couple places. We could either go in view, and I do believe that should be in here. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. Go debug, not in there. Terminate. I've used the short key so much I've forgotten where it actually opens from. Let's see. Debug. Oh, there it is. Integrated terminal. That's what we want. So if we want to actually run this program, we could do integrated terminal. So the short key for that is Control plus the tilde button, which is directly underneath the escape key on your keyboard. But if you want to do this without doing the hotkey, as it were, you can just use integrated terminal. We'll open that way, and it will open right inside of your project area. And this will give you a terminal shell that is running on your operating system, similar to what you would see in your a command prompt or terminal if you're on Mac or Linux. So we'd say, in this case, I'll do Python space and then the name of my program, which is hello.py. And what that will do is give me my name. So hopefully that is a brief introduction into how to get started with Python. There's a whole lot more that you could get done inside of Python. Hopefully, what I would suggest you do is stick around for a little bit more content from me, from Double Edge Software. If you like this content, go ahead and give it a like. Please drop a thumbs up. It definitely helps the channel. And if you want to look for more information on how to get started with Python, please take a look at the following videos that will show up somewhere on the screen in just a second, somewhere on the screen. So if this is your first time here, please don't forget to subscribe and send a comment down below if you have any questions on getting started. So send any comments that you may have down below, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.